She serves and protects. She's been called an excellent officer, but Sergeant Julia Oliver can tell you she's been called other things too, and shunned.
For various reasons, whether it's religion or moral or just personal reasons.
Here she is today, her official department photo, a 27-year veteran of HPD, Sergeant Julia Oliver.
So I had to find some answers.
And this is Sergeant Oliver in 2006, Sergeant Jack Oliver back then, announcing to the world he was becoming a she. A lot has happened since then.
This is a picture, a self-portrait that I did or drew myself.
At the age of 16, young Jack Oliver saw himself like this, even though he really looked like this. Sergeant Oliver says ever since she could remember, she always considered herself a female trapped in a male body.
I just didn't think it was right for me not to be able to be who I am.
So in 2007, Sergeant Oliver went to Bangkok, had sexual reassignment surgery, and returned home as a woman.
Chief Hurt and Mary White, when they were told about this, were very supportive. They made it very clear that I would not be discriminated against.
For just more than a year now, she's been patrolling the streets of Houston as a female officer. Her story has inspired a lot of people, even at City Hall.
She's one of our best officers from what I hear, has great leadership skills. And I think because of the way that her life has been and the transition that she has to make, I think she carries something special that an officer needs to have, and that is some empathy and some compassion.
And the people who put on the local Pride Parade have noticed too. Sergeant Oliver has been nominated to be one of the Grand Marshals of this year's parade. A big deal in Houston's gay and transgender community. The first time the honor has gone to a Houston police officer. Gay activist Ray Hill helped get Sergeant Oliver and another local law officer nominated.
If there are going to be gay, lesbian, and transgendered cops, I would want them to be like Julia Oliver.
Like many people, Sergeant Oliver lost her home to Ike, but like her fellow officers, she continued working during and after the storm. She's found a new place to live, and she's starting over. There are things she didn't lose, like her motorcycle, but there are other things she lost way before Ike.
I've lost my family for the most part. I've had no contact with my kids, some of them for more than 3 years.
She says she doesn't really want any of this attention, but she doesn't want to hide from it either. She may look a little different now, but Sergeant Julia Oliver considers herself the same cop she's always been. Ron Trevino for CBS News.